The Guardians of the Galaxy operate as a highly lethal, wildly dysfunctional unit. We catch up with them in the middle of a massive firefight, successfully defending a set of high-value batteries for the Sovereign race. But their victory collapses almost immediately. Rocket decides to steal those exact same batteries for himself, triggering a furious Sovereign drone pursuit that forces the team to crash land on a remote, forest-covered world. Stranded and at each other's throats, they encounter a seemingly perfect lifeline. A glowing ship descends, and out steps Ego, a literal god who introduces himself as Peter Quill's biological father. Ego offers Peter everything he has ever wanted: a bloodline, ancient cosmic heritage, and the promise of a real family. This temptation quickly splinters the team, as Peter, Gamora, and Drax leave to visit Ego's home planet. Compare Ego's pristine, glowing arrival to the grim reality of Yondu, the Ravager who actually raised Peter. Right now, Yondu is facing a violent mutiny aboard his own dark, industrial ship. His men are overthrowing him for one specific reason. They view his lingering affection for Peter as a fatal weakness, angered that Yondu let the boy go instead of capturing him for a bounty. Peter's path now splits between a pristine cosmic inheritance and the violent, imperfect bonds he's formed in the dirt. Ego brings Peter to his home planet, which he physically willed into existence. As a celestial, his consciousness forms the bedrock, atmosphere, and every living cell of the world itself. This network map tracks Ego's expansion. He planted dormant spores on countless inhabited worlds. Triggering them requires a second celestial's power. To create it, he bred with countless species, murdering the offspring when they failed to manifest his cosmic abilities. Then comes the fatal admission. Ego tells Peter that he deliberately implanted the brain tumor that killed Peter's mother, simply because his lingering affection for a human would have distracted him from the expansion. Ego's biological link to Peter contains zero paternal love. It is strictly a parasitic mechanism engineered to consume the entire universe. Meanwhile, Yondu has lost everything. Stripped of his captain's fin and his authority, he sits locked inside a Ravager prison cell alongside Rocket and Groot. But an alliance forms out of sheer regret. Kraglin joins forces with a loyal Groot to return Yondu's weapon. A glowing arrow tears through the metallic corridors, allowing Yondu to orchestrate a devastating, fiery escape. At the exact same time, Gamora and Nebula are engaged in a brutal fight to the death on the surface of Ego's planet. The intense hatred between these two sisters comes directly from their childhood. Their adoptive father, Thanos, pitted them against each other for years, utilizing systemic physical torture and psychological abuse to turn them into weapons. The fight stops only when they finally acknowledge the reality of that abuse. Naming the pain they both survived allows them to end their lifelong rivalry and focus their combined anger on Ego. While Ego seeks a perfect genetic match, this team's loyalty is built on the shared experience of surviving and acknowledging deep emotional trauma. The realization of his mother's murder snaps Peter out of Ego's mind control. He fights back just as Yondu, Rocket, and the rest of his fractured team drop in to pull him out. The rescue mission is immediately complicated. A massive fleet of Golden Sovereign drones plunges through the atmosphere, intent on taking revenge against the Guardians. This cross-section schematic illustrates the tactical division of labor required to kill a living planet. Mantis uses her anthropic abilities to broadcast a psychic suppression wave, forcing Ego to sleep. Up top, the crew holds the defense lines against the drones. Below, Groot navigates to the planet's brain with a rigged explosive. The bomb detonates. Ego is entirely destroyed. As the planet's core extinguishes, Peter permanently loses his connection to those celestial powers. With the planet collapsing, Yondu grabs Peter and flies them into orbit. He gives Peter the single remaining spacesuit, willingly freezing to death in the vacuum of space to protect his adopted son. In the immediate aftermath, the survivors regroup. Having made peace with her sister, Nebula departs to hunt Thanos alone, and the Guardians officially welcome Mantis into their ranks. Then the sky lights up. Dozens of Ravager fleets arrive out of hyperspace. They have heard the news of Yondu's selfless sacrifice, and they honor their fallen captain with a massive, luminous funeral. With Ego's light extinguished, Peter is once again human. He is left with the proof that fatherhood is a title earned through selfless action, something his biological creator could never understand.